Breakdown. I'm your host, Diane Rembert, avid reader, award-winning literary blogger, and the founder of Diamonds Literary World, which is my footprint in the literary industry. I want to talk to you today about book number 10 in the Family Business series entitled Family Business 5 by New York Times bestselling author Carl Weber along with Miss LaJill Hunt. So last we talked, you guys know that I was just, oh my God, I had questions with book number 4. Well, with Family Business number 4, book number 9. This is book number 10. When I tell you, somebody had leaked a little spoiler for me. And if you know me, you know I don't mind spoilers when it comes to books, because I like to read what leads up to the spoiler. And what a spoiler it is. So, in book number 10, we see where Vegas is now engaged to a young lady named Marie, who is a lady of the evening. She has a couple of her associates to accompany her on an outing with Vegas and his son Nevada. Well, Nevada's mother is not too pleased by these actions, and she threatens to take him back to California. And so little Mr. Nevada is growing up because he refuses. He doesn't want to go back to California with his mother. He wants to stay with Elsie, Chippy, and the family. He's very close to Rio. All of this. He's close with his dad, and he just wants to remain where he is. Well, that kind of leads into one of the storylines in this book, which is Nevada now showing that he is truly a Duncan, which we knew was going to happen. But this little guy is like, he's a techie, so he knows how to go about finding things, and in this case, a person. I'm not going to tell you who. I want you to read the book, but he's really growing up. Nevada is, and he would defy his mother to be this stellar guy that his father has taught him to be. His father and his grandparents. So that was one storyline. There's another storyline that's going on, that there's someone out there. I don't know if he's impersonating Rio or what's going on, but things are happening. Strange things are happening. And is it a case of mistaken identity? Or does Rio actually, we all have a twin out there, but his twin is Paris. So what's going on? He keeps being mistaken for this guy. This guy keeps being mistaken for Rio. What is really going on out here? When you guys find out what is actually going on and how it happened, let me just tell you, I just kept flipping pages. Again, half the book in one sitting, half the book the next day. Because I'm like, I need to know what's going on. It's so weird. It's so weird. And nobody in the family knows what's going on. Even they're clueless. And when they find out, Rio had been hearing rumors that he was adopted, and so, but if I'm adopted, does that mean Paris was adopted too? Or was Paris the one that was adopted? And what's going on? Well, when the truth comes out, what a story. But it's crazy because it's one that we've heard before in the headlines. So I could tell where they took part of their, they got some of their ideas from what's actually going on in the world. We've heard it time and time again. And it's oh, wow. You know what I mean? another enemy of the Duncans and what he's into. Like, all I'm gonna say is I will never look at a dude ranch again the same. Because the things that are actually going on, these farms and what's really going on behind closed doors. All I'm gonna say is it's very interesting. It's very interesting because we get an inside look um, in the great state of Texas um, about things that, like I said, go on behind closed doors. And you'd be surprised about the government officials and our top leaders who are involved in these things. We saw. I will say this. Um, there were a lot of social issues that were addressed. Um, Racial indifference. There was sex trafficking, black market organ harvesting, corrupted officials. Like, they touch so many things in this particular book. I was just like, wow. Like, they blew me away with this one. Hands down, I think I found one error in the entire book. One. And that's because two words were repeated one time. So I have to give it 5 stars. Because people, we need to wake up and find out what is really going on in the world. We cannot turn a blind eye to these social issues any longer. We have to um, acknowledge it for what it is. Try to find out how we. I don't think we'll ever get rid of it, but how can we address it? I think it's the better topic, and I think that's what we found here in the Family Business 5. It was just so much. And one thing that remains constant throughout this entire series is, I think I mentioned it in the last video, is there's always a enemy coming up against the Duncans. And if you guys remember, in book number 4, well, Family Business 4, it was actually a Duncan who was coming up against the Duncans. Whew. His issues. So this series now is becoming one that not just one of drama, but one that identifies our social issues. It's like they attack them head on. They bring them to our forefront and let us know how we can address them. And that's one thing I love about this series. I love the characters too, don't get me wrong. I love all of the Duncans. All of them. I love the ones that are coming out of the woodwork. I love the ones that may not know exactly who their parents are. I'm not going to tell you. Well, I guess I can, because that was in the Family Business 4 about how we found out that Sasha and Junior are actually brother and sister. We find out, about Elsie's brother, the one who had been, locked away in a mental institution for quite some time. So I love the Duncans. I love them. I love them all in all of their craziness. I love Aunt Nene. I love, Aunt Donna and all her flamboyancy. Although, we lose some, but as casualties of war, I'm going to leave that for those of you who know exactly who I'm talking about. But I love this family, and I can't wait for the next installment. I think that this is a series that could definitely continue. I love, oh my God, so I love the series on BET. Um, I'm now caught up with the books, and so um, it gives me a little bit better understanding of what's going on in the series. I hope that you guys are watching it. Season 1 and 2 are on demand on BET. Um, Season 3 is about to start broadcasting on BET Plus. So check that out. I think that now it's funny. I want to know from you guys when you're reading, the books, are you reading the dialogue in the actor's voice? Like, are you picturing the actors from the series? I am, and but I'm a visual reader. But I can't help but to visualize Tammy Roman as London. I can't help but to visualize um, Lisa Ray McCoy as Aunt Donna. I just see these characters when I'm reading Ernie Hudson as Elsie. Is it me? I don't think it's just me, but let me know. I would love to hear your comments in the comments section. You guys know I love to converse with you about these books, but I don't like to give away too much because I want you guys to enjoy the book as much as I do. I don't mind spoilers, but I know some people do, and so I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But I would like to talk about it with someone who has actually read the series. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. I want to thank you all for subscribing. My numbers are steadily going up, and it's thanks to you guys. Without you, there would be no me, and I appreciate you all for all of the support. I want to thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And if you have not done so, it's okay because it's not too late. Take a minute to subscribe to the channel now. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I put up new videos, such as the one I put up today. And come back and talk with me about books. It If you are looking to purchase the book, I will put the purchase link in the comment section as well. With that being said, I want to wish you all happy reading and be blessed.